What is up, guys? It is Robert of Movies with Me, and welcome to The Sun is Also a Star movie review. Now, this movie was directed by Rai Russo Young. I think I said his name right. Yera Shahidi. I think I said the name right. And Charles Melton. I'm 99.9% sure I said that name right. Again, I'm pretty bad with names. It's kind of known by now. But this movie was not on my radar at all. I think I saw one trailer and I didn't know exactly what it was. But it was all right. It wasn't a bad movie. No spoilers. Apparently, it's based on a book. If you read the book, I didn't, so I don't know if it means anything. But as for the movie, it is a teen romance where this one family is going to be deported the next day. There's one girl, her name is Natasha. She is trying to go to some deportation like place to try to see if maybe they could see if she could stay, because she doesn't want to leave New York City. I don't blame her. Like, it's pretty fucked up. She's getting deported. She's been living in New York for 9 years. That's her life, and so that's her home. She acted well at one point. This other guy named Daniel, sees her and is like, "This is destiny. I'm gonna meet her and I'm gonna fall in love with her." And I'm like, "Whoa, that was very fast." Sooner or later, it's kind of creepy, but they do meet up again. By him following her and then saying, "Hey, let's go out, let's date." And eventually, over this course of a day, they fall in love. And I'm not spoiling because they say it in the trailer. They're talking about, they fall more in love. I won't talk about what happens at the end. But it's all right. The concept is exactly, when you say it out loud, it sounds ridiculous. And that's because at points it is. There's a lot of times where when they're talking, you're like, "Ugh, come on, this is a script. Come on, this is a script." Like, they're speaking like in totally above their age range. And even that's not even true, because people could talk like that in what, 18, 18 to 20. But regardless, like, it just sounds so, like, pretentious, to the point where, like, all right, calm the fuck down. Like, everything doesn't have to be a fucking monologue. Everyone's speaking like they're about to give an Oscar award speech every time they talk. And for instance, Natasha doesn't believe in love. She only thinks science, that's fact. Love is not fact. Love is not real. There's no, maybe, it's weird because there's nothing like saying maybe why she thinks that. It's just, she thinks that and that's it. You know what I mean? And so we don't really know much about these characters, and they don't know much about each other, which I guess is a cool thing, So we learn about all the characters as they learn about each other. Cool. I like that. The best parts of the movie were them getting closer. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a sucker for these teen romance movies. I ain't even gonna lie. There are a lot of times where I'll be tearing up. I'm like, I felt that. I felt that. I felt that right here. Because I'm kind of I'm not a fighter. I'm a lover. You know what I'm saying? So I understand a lot of these things that that they talk about in this movie with all the love stuff, and I'm like, man, I see what you're talking about. I can't relate, but I can see what you're talking about. And I kind of enjoyed it, kind of. Like I said, it's all right. It's nothing mind blowing. There's a lot of times where I feel like maybe it's longer than it really is. It's quite slow at times, and it's quite short too. I think it's like an hour and a half or hour 40. It kind of feels a little bit longer because the pacing is not always there. However, what I will say, it's a good looking movie. It's actually shot in a way where it almost feels dreamlike, and because this is almost like a fantasy, you know what I mean? This really isn't going to happen in real life. And so you get this kind of dream of this guy meeting this girl, or this girl meeting this guy, and then kind of falling in love the first day they meet. And it's a pretty, it's an intriguing little story that I think is told okay. I just don't think their chemistry is all the way there too. And that's probably because they just meet each other, and I don't think it really works them. But like for the most part, I could see them as a couple for sure. Why not? You know what I mean? I just think some of the performances could be a little stiff, and that's because of the dialogue. They're fine actors, but I just think that sometimes the dialogue that what they're giving is a little too out there. Where it's like, all right, why'd you say that? And but for the most part, I think they did an all right job with it. Solid looking movie. You know, like I said, shot pretty dreamlike. I like the atmosphere. I think the performances are fine. You know, there's just some shaky things in terms of the actual plot, and like the coincidences are a little too stretched out sometimes. But like it's not an impossible thing. It's just they don't maybe go to their full potential, and maybe if they even made it a little bit longer, they could have beefed up each other's chemistry, because there's kind of a turning point when maybe they do fall in love that maybe is a bit too soon. But you could maybe say that about anybody, that they're trying to make someone look like they're falling in love in maybe a few hours, because it's not 24 hours, it's technically like 12. You know what I mean? So I get it. Don't get me wrong. But I think the movie does kind of its job for the most part. Overall, I'm going to give The Sun Is Also a Star a 5.5 out of 10. I thought it was alright. It wasn't harmful. I didn't hate it. You know, maybe people with the books are going to be like, oh my god, it was trash. I hated it. And I'm just kind of like, it was alright. I felt it in parts, you know. The ending, I don't know how I feel about it. It's kind of sad, you know, but I guess it's cool at the same time. It's like, you know what, not everything has to be the most happiest ending in the world. Because when you think about it, after what happens, you're like, damn. So, I mean, again, I think they did a decent job at it. I don't think they ruined anything, like it was bad. I thought it was alright. I think, you know, if you were interested in it, check it out. Fuck it. So, yeah, guys, I'll see you guys next time. If you didn't know, I make music. Link in the description below. I would love it if you checked it out. And I'll see you guys next time.
Would it feel like I was ever alive? Would it feel like I wasted my time? Would it feel like I even tried? Would it feel like I had any pride? Would it feel like I ignored the signs? Would it feel like I had nothing to hide? Would it feel like... Would I feel like myself? Cause more and more often I feel like I need help.